Now that we're ready to get some books, we're going to go right back to the Overdrive website on the library's webpage. Now you'll probably want to bookmark this page as you read more and more ebooks because it's just easier than clicking through the library's website to find it. Or you can always just type in yuma.lib.overdrive.com. They'll all get you to the same place. But so here we are back on the library's Overdrive page, and on the front page we have some new books, some children's titles, selections, but maybe if you're looking for something specific, you can look over here and we have all the different sections listed. Now, it is important that you want something that says ebook because Overdrive also offers audiobooks, you'll notice, audiobook fiction, but we want to read on our e-reader, so we want to get the ebooks. So let's go ahead and go ebook fiction, mystery, and thriller. I'm just going to go ahead and choose one to show you how we do it. So here in mystery and thriller, I've got some good books here. All right, here we go. Agatha Christie. Great. $4.50 from Paddington. Let's go ahead and get this one. Now we can check this one out. I can just tell by looking because right over here it says add to cart. Now you'll notice if we go up a little, James Patterson, very popular author, Third Degree is checked out. We can only place a hold on it. So if you see add to cart, it means it's available right now, and you can get that right now from the website. You also want to look and make sure that it says Adobe EPUB ebook or Adobe PDF ebook with this little picture here. Then you know that you're going to be able to read it on your e-reader because those are formats that your e-reader is going to be able to understand. So let's go ahead and click add to cart. Okay, and it's in your cart. It's just like online shopping. Just because it's in our cart doesn't mean that we've already checked it out. It just means that we've put it in our cart. It's kind of like if you came into the library and you had a whole stack of books. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to check out all those books. You're just debating them. But I'm pretty sure that I want to check this one out. So down here I can go ahead and click proceed to checkout, or if I want to look for more I can click continue browsing. Right now you can have 3 ebooks checked out to a card number. Okay, and before I check it out, it does need to have to know who I am. So this is where you're going to get it asking for your card number. So you put in your card number. That's the number right under the barcode on your library card. And then your PIN number, which is usually your birth year, so your 4-digit year, 19 whatever. So there we go. And now we are approaching checkout. It knows who I am, it knows what book I want, and now this is important. It's giving me an opportunity to say how long I want this book checked out for. You notice here, lending period, 21 days. Or if I click on this arrow, I can change it to 2 weeks or 1 week. Let's go ahead and change it to 1 week. Let's say I'm a fast reader. You can also return ebooks early, which I'll show you later. It's really handy because like I said, right now you can only have 3 ebooks checked out per card. So if you're a fast reader, you'll probably want to be able to return those 3 books earlier. Otherwise, if you don't return them, they will just expire after the lending period. So you can set that lending period, but you can only set it here when you're checking out. So alright. And you notice here, it'll give me a little summary of how many I can have checked out, how many I have checked out, and how many I'm going to be able to check out after this. But okay, I'm ready to go. And here we go. I've checked it out, so now I can download it. And I've got a little download button here. So now, this is the moment of truth. I'm going to click download, and it should hopefully open in Adobe Digital Editions, which we just installed. So let's go ahead and click download. Now this is a really important box because it's asking us, do you want to open or save this file? Now a lot of people see this and they say, oh, okay, well it's a book and I want to save it on my computer, right? Wrong. We want to open this. We always want to open this when the file download shows up because remember the books that our e-readers can read are EPUBs and PDFs. Now, do you see EPUB or PDF anywhere here? No. This book is a ACSM file, Adobe Content Server Message, and that's not actually the book. This is like a placeholder for the book. This is like your ticket at the deli counter that allows you to pull up the book. So we want to open it right away. So we're going to click Open. And by clicking open, now it's downloading the book. It's calling up Adobe and it's and Overdrive and it's downloading that book. And here it is showing up in our digital editions. And here we go. So now that you've downloaded a book, it's probably going to open up the book like this. So now we can go in and read the book if we want. But how do we get back to that bookshelf view? It's right up here in the top left corner. See, we can go to Reading View, which we're looking at now, or we can go back to Library View. That's very appropriate. So we can go back to Library View. And here we go. So great, we've got it. We've got our book. We know that we've got it downloaded on our computer because we can read it, and it's here in Adobe Digital Edition. So the last step is we want to plug in our e-reader to our computer. So you would get your Kobo, your Sony e-reader, or in this case we're using a Barnes & Noble Nook, and get its cord and plug it into the computer. Okay, so now that we've got our Nook plugged in and the computer's recognized it, sometimes it'll take a little bit of time for the computer to recognize your e-reader, and if it's not recognizing it, just unplug it and try it again. But when you get this window, you know it's worked, and now again we've got to set up our e-reader. Now again, just like setting up Adobe Digital Editions, we don't have to do this every time we check out a book. It's just now, the first time we do this. So it's really easy. It says, all right, this device needs to be authorized. To authorize this device with the ID you already used to authorize this program, click Authorize Device. So let's do what they say. Let's click Authorize Device. Okay, great. So all ready to go? We can click Finished. Okay, so now we've got our e-reader plugged into the computer, and we can tell because we can see it over here. It says Nook. And that's really important because when you're moving these books from your computer onto your e-reader, you've got to be able to see that in this program. And we're going to use this program, Adobe Digital Editions, to move this book in here. And how is it done? It's actually really simple. You're going to drag and drop that book into that Nook. So we just go ahead and click on it, and we hold down on the left click button, and we drag that book, and you notice we can see it moving, and we drag it over here until the Nook is highlighted, and you notice I've got a little green plus sign saying, okay, you can add that book to your Nook, and then you let go. And there you go, your book is copied onto your Nook. And I'm going to go ahead and unplug the Nook here on the library's Nook, and although you can't see it, unfortunately, there we go. It's under My Documents. I've got 4.50 from Paddington, or 4.50 from Paddington. And there it is. We've got the book, and we can read it, and we can go on our merry way. And that's all there is to it. Now, I told you earlier there is a way to return these books early. And how do you do that? It's in the same program, Adobe Digital Editions. Here we're in our library view, right? And we can see the books that we have. They'll all show up here. Now, if I've read this in just the span of a day and I want to return this and get some more books, how do I do that? Well, you'll notice when I've got this book selected here, there's a little arrow up in the corner, Item Options. We click on that once, and look, we can do a few different things. We can open it to read it, we can delete it, we can get some info on it, or we can return it. So you click on Return Borrowed Item. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. And it's gone, and now we can check out 3 more books. So I hope that this was helpful in teaching you how to set your computer up to get that program to authorize your device. So now, once you've got that hard part behind you, every time you go to check out books from the library's website, it's going to be a lot easier. Thanks for listening.